Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing trends I'm skipping this summer, aka de-influencing you / de-influencing each other. Let's help each other out. A little disclaimer, if you like some of these trends, no judgment for me. I actually like some of these, it's just they either don't fit my personal style, I wouldn't wear them, etc, etc. If you want to save some money, stay true to your personal style, keep on watching. The first trend that I'm skipping are these thick resin sunglasses by Loewe. I've been seeing them everywhere online, not in person, so maybe it's just like an online trend. But anyway, I'm really not a fan of these at all. I don't think they're very flattering. They look kind of cartoonish and not in a good way. Unless your style is really out there, maybe you're a maximalist. Mandy Lee comes to mind, as well as I think her username is like Tiny Jewish Girl or something like that, where she just goes crazy with all the accessories, colors. I feel like those are two people that could pull these glasses off, but that's because it fits their personal style. On me, it just would not work out. Personally, I would go with sunglasses in a more classic shape. All of these beautiful examples would be much better than these hyper trendy sunnies in my opinion. And I am not immune to falling into the trap of hyper trendy eyeglasses or sunglasses. I've bought into like the cat eye sunglasses trend before. I really hate that shape now. I also fell into the trap of like the knockoff Miu Miu reader glasses that, looking back now, were not flattering on my face whatsoever. I was just kind of like forcing them to work. They're just kind of sitting in my drawer now, so yeah, there's that. The only sunnies that I've had for years and I'm obsessed with are like the perfect 90s oval shape that were gifted to me by, what are they called? Sad Eyewear, something like that. It was Side Eyewear. Goes to show that it pays off in the long run to stick to a more classic style. The next trend I'm skipping are anything crab or lobster related. I've been seeing a lot of t-shirts with lobsters on them, sweaters, dresses even. Like there's this skirt, which is like not too bad. I don't know if that's like an East Coast thing, but I am not drawn to that particular animal or that motif for some reason. Anything with crabs and lobsters just gives me Maine, or what I would imagine people from Maine wear. No offense if you live there, but just in my head, I'm like, I could see someone going to lunch wearing a lobster sweater with their little linen shorts and some sandals. That's what I visualize, which is like the opposite of my style. I'm into more like subtle, nautical, mermaid adjacent sort of like motifs. For instance, like pearls, shells. I just find that they're more classic, more timeless than something like this. I don't know about you, but I would much rather have one of these beautiful shell or pearl necklaces than a necklace with like a lobster or crab on it. The next trend I am absolutely obsessed with, and that is thin eyebrows. And I mean like real thin, like pencil thin. I am obsessed with thin eyebrows. I think they look so good. They open up this area so beautifully. Thin eyebrows to me gives like a 90s supermodel. The reason I'm skipping this trend is because I'm extremely low maintenance when it comes to just like beauty stuff. I just know that thin eyebrows would require so much upkeep and I cannot deal. Literally, my eyebrows grow out in like a day. I will pluck them and I already see like little dots the next day. So can you imagine if my eyebrows are thin? Like, oof. Yeah, just too much work. Thin eyebrows look best with a little bit of makeup. Eye makeup specifically, some eyeliner, some pretty eyeshadow or something. I feel like a bare face with thin eyebrows looks a little bit incomplete. I could be wrong and people could pull it off beautifully, but personally on me, I just know that I would not feel as put together if I had thin eyebrows. I feel like having a little bit thicker eyebrows frames my face when I don't have makeup on. Oh, and additionally, I've recently dabbled with thinning them out a little bit. Believe it or not, my eyebrows used to be way thicker than this, and I got them threaded thinner, and like, I don't know, part of me kind of regrets it. I kind of miss my thicker eyebrows, so I'm kind of growing them out right now. But then I see these beautiful transformations of people with eyebrows similar to mine, and they thin them out, and they just like, they look so hot, and I'm like, I want to be hot too. It's a no for me for now. So if you were thinking of thin eyebrows, maybe this has helped you make a more informed decision. I don't know. Let's go on to the next one. The next trend I'm skipping is mixing metals. So mixing like gold with silver, mixing gunmetal with gold. etc, etc. I have tried to like this on me and I just don't. It always ends up feeling a little bit off, even though I am neutral, leaning on kind of like olive skin tone. According to my color analysis, I can pull off both. I just can't get it out of my head that something looks a little off. Even what I have going on here is kind of difficult. I liked gold for a while and then I started wearing silver, and I feel like silver fits my style more than gold does. Unfortunately, I did go ahead and get my wedding band in gold because at the time I was a gold girly. So now I have this gold ring and the rest being silver. It's not the worst, and I'm not gonna like change this because I love it so much, and thankfully it's like a subtle gold, not like a super bright bold, so the contrast is not that crazy. I just want to show you how beautifully a lot of people pull it off though. Like, oh my god, look at these earrings. I'm obsessed with all of these examples and how these people are able to pull off mixing metals. I think it's so cool. Just not for me. The next trend I'm skipping are jelly shoes, and these are just not for me. I don't know, they don't really fit my style. All I think about when I see these are like sweaty foot. It would be a nightmare for me. I'd be so uncomfortable. I guess you could wear them with socks, but like the whole point of a sandal is to have your feet out, have like that airflow to keep you cool in the summer. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate them. Like, these are kind of cool, to be honest. I think I have to go with my gut. When I initially saw these, I was like, ugh, no, those are not cute. I'm gonna stick to my original opinion. That usually works for me. The next trend I'm skipping are micro shorts. They're just not functional for me. Every time I've tried to wear a tiny mini short, it always ends up being so annoying. It rolls up on my thighs. It just doesn't look good while you're walking. I feel like micro shorts are a piece that look better photographed than IRL. At least for me personally. Let me know if you feel the same way about micro shorts. I prefer a mini skirt. I feel like you still get the same vibe but with the function. The next trend I'm skipping are bubble mini shorts, kind of for a similar reason. I definitely feel like these would also roll up on my thighs and be super uncomfortable. Also, I can't help but think that they look a bit diapery at times, especially in the back, but I would be lying if I told you I don't love all of these examples. They're so cute, especially this set right here. I feel like I've seen it all over social media. Very cute. I'm extra sensitive to being uncomfortable in the summer. I feel like you guys would probably agree, so this is a no for me. I'll stick to my mini skirts and shorts that are a little bit longer. The next trend I'm skipping are neon bikinis. Apparently these are gaining traction with the whole like indie sleaze resurgence. I feel like neon was pretty big for a while. Needless to say, neon is just not for me. Never has been for me. Neon looks really good on a darker complexion. It looks beautiful actually. I love the contrast. I feel like the alt version of this is more of a trashy print, like leopard, zebra, skulls. I think I would wear something more like that. I'm actually looking for a bikini with skulls on it, but I haven't found one that doesn't look super cheap. I would even do zebra. To no one's surprise, the next trend that I'm skipping are Labubus, and you guys seem to agree. I asked you guys on my Instagram what trends you're skipping, and I got like 10 entries for Labubus. I even kind of hate saying that word now. I hate when something becomes so popular and overhyped. I know I have an individuality complex, working on it. With all the cute options out there, I'm just so surprised people are obsessed with Labubus. Like, I don't get it. It's honestly cooler when people go with something that aligns with their personality more, or even a nod to their childhood, teenagehood, or something like that. I know it's just like a trinket or whatever, and it's not that deep, but just something to keep in mind if you're tempted to buy one of these. Maybe do a little bit of research and see if there's a little character that resonates with you more. Going back to making a nod to your childhood or teenagehood, for instance, I'm obsessed with Paul Frank, and my brother made me a Paul Frank keychain that I adore. That I feel like it's much more cooler than any Labubu could ever be because it has personal meaning. It was a gift. Also, you don't have to have them in every color and every style. You don't have to have like a million different charms. There's something very chic or cool about having just like 1 or 2 charms on a bag. I feel like it can get too much. Second to last trend I'm skipping is anything satin, and that could be skirts, dresses, tops. I think they're very pretty. I just cannot deal with the wrinkles. Literally anything satin I've ever worn, it looks beautiful while I'm standing up. I sit down and then it's like so wrinkled, and I can't do it. Also, I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like satin clings to my body in a very unflattering way. It clings to my stomach, sometimes like my thighs, and it just personally not flattering on me. I'm not a fan. And I'm not talking about like 100% silk. That's a little bit different. That wears a lot better. It's also more breathable in the summer. But usually satin things are mixed with like acrylic and other cheaper sort of fabrics, not breathable, so they're not ideal for summer. Personally, in the summer, I prefer to go with cotton or linen, a lot more breathable. The last trend I'm skipping is excessive jewelry. I just can't do it. I get overstimulated, especially when it's hot and sweaty, and like I just can't. Also, the amount of time it takes to put all of these things on, and most days I'm trying to get as much sleep as possible and I want to be out the door, and rings are just easy, so I do wear rings on the daily, necklaces occasionally, bracelets too. Love all of these examples, but I don't understand how they function with all of this on their arms and neck. Also, I'm shy and I don't like to make a lot of noise when I walk. I like to be kind of sneaky when I come around the corner. Don't hate me, but sometimes I feel like less is more when it comes to accessorizing. When someone has on like a million bracelets, a million necklaces, that's all my eye goes to, and I no longer focus on like the full picture. It's just all of these different things distracting my eye. There's something so chic about just a singular pendant necklace or choker, or just like 2 different size necklaces. Even like 1 armband or 1 bracelet is so chic. I'm very curious if any of you excessively layer jewelry on the daily. How do you do it? Give us all the tips, please. That's everything I have on my list for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what trends you'll be skipping. Let me know if any of them are on this list. If they're not, leave yours down below in the comments. I want to be de-influenced as well. Anyway, like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.